Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everything is going well with you. I'm sorry it's a couple days late. We had an issue with our truck. A piece of the motor blew out of the casing. Bam. It was nuts. And we had to navigate that whole thing there. But yeah, so now we're better. It's good. We're a couple days late. And actually, you know what we decided to do also is we're doing like an every other day thing with the Love Dare challenge. That way it gives us more time to work on them, on the principle of doing it. So, yeah. All right. Day 3. Love is not selfish. So it says, be devoted to one another in brotherly love, giving preference to one another in honor. This is Romans 12:10. Uh, while love asks us to deny ourselves for the sake of someone else, selfishness compels us to focus on ourselves at their expense. Selfishness is like a disease that suffocates our capacity to love. So, what we noticed about this challenge is that this challenge is actually probably harder than the other two because it forced me to realize that I'm a lot more selfish than I want to be or even thought I was. And I feel like all the other ones kind of sort of stem from selfishness, right? Like if I'm being selfish, then I'm not going to be patient. I'm not going to be kind, unless I can get something out of it, maybe. But I think you get what I'm saying. It's really interesting. Um, this one was, to me, it is a hard one because selfishness is all over the place, I guess. I mean, we have a lot of selfish motives, and it could be that I misunderstand what it means, but I don't know. So it's like, I think this is really real. Check this out. It says, we live in a world that is enamored with the self. And we can see this right now with COVID, with how many people. So I don't like to wear the mask. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan of it. But we could see it with people who aren't wearing them, even though I don't like to wear it. Sometimes I do, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not about me, it's about the other people. Um, it's about like the mask doesn't help me, it helps you, I guess. That's what they say, right? So I just do it because not to be a selfish guy, but you could see this like this. I think it was Abdu Murray was talking about uh autonomy and how we're kind of sort of like falling into this class of autonomy, like I want me, it's all about me. And I don't think it was ever meant to be that way. We are supposed to be dependent on God. And it's this autonomy that oftentimes has ripped Israel away from the Lord and ripped us away from the Lord as well. Anyhow, we live in a world that is enamored with self. The culture around us teaches us to focus on our personal appearance, our feelings, our desires, all as our top priority. We despise this trait in other people, but we justify it to ourselves, saying, I deserve, or I expect, or I want. These are like appetizers that feed our selfishness. And so we modified this a little bit because it is a family dare instead of the marriage one. But I mean, I'm doing it in my marriage too. So, but it says marriage exposes our selfishness in living color. When a husband puts his interests, his desires, or priorities ahead of his wife, he's flying a flag of selfishness. And when a wife is constantly complaining about all this stuff, she's doing the same thing. It reveals selfishness, right? Okay, and then there's another part where it says this, and I dig this part a lot, all right? It was like, in reading this, did you just now focus on how selfish other people tend to be? This actually says, did you just focus on how your partner's tendency is to be, but ignore your own? Why do we have such low standards for ourselves and yet high expectations for others? The bottom line is either you're making decisions out of your love for others or out of love for yourself. But love doesn't seek its own. This is 1 Corinthians 13:5. This is the big thing of love. Like, love says, love is kind, love is patient. You know what I'm talking about. So this is in that. It says, love is a beautiful thing that finds satisfactions in the well-being of others, in humility, so in caring for others. This is a difficult one for me. I mean, this challenge has been difficult because I don't know why it's been hard, but it kind of has been. And it really, it's choosing me to say no to a lot of, it's having me choose to say no to a lot of things that I dig, right? And I'm glad it wasn't the first day, because the first day I would have probably struggled even more. It says, love also leads to an inner freedom. It liberates us from anxiety or unrealistic expectations and unmet demands. Now, that's a big thing, right? How often do we feel like people have unrealistic expectations for us, right? Like, oh man, they think I can get and all this stuff done. But we also, if we're honest, I think, I have the same expectations of others, right? They need to get this done and that done and this, that. But I think you get what I'm saying. Um, so I apologize because this one is going to be very short. It's only going to be like a 7-8 minute video, and I'm not going to give any examples at the end because I'm trying to rebuild a motor here, and it's getting dark, and our living situation. So after the sun goes down, then there's not a whole lot left time for us. So we're just gonna jump right into the dare, okay? It says, whatever you put your time, energy, and money into, it will become more important to you. It's hard to care for something that you're not investing in. Along with refraining from negative comments, buy something for your spouse that says something like, I was thinking of you today. So maybe for this challenge, we could do it this way. The principle still stands, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you put your time, energy, and money into will become more important. It's hard to care for something that you're not invested in. That's why we got to invest in our children. Go to their things. When they play a game, you do, like, even that we don't like, that we sit down and we do the tea party. When our wife wants something, we're investing in her. We're buying her stuff. We're taking the time to be with her. We're listening. We're talking. We're engaging in her world. These are investments, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially our kids, though. We can really invest in our kids in a lot of ways. So, along with refraining from any negative comments, do something, like buy something if you can, maybe. I'm going to. And that's rough because I got 4 girls, right? My wife and my 3 daughters. But there's a dollar store not far away. Don't tell them I said that. Just to let them know that I'm thinking about them. Just a little special something. But I will say this, actually. You know what? I will. I got into some poison ivy the other day. Isn't that horrible? But I will say this. I have noticed a difference. We're only on day 3. And day 3 is spanning. We're actually on day 4. I think we did day 4. So I got to do another video, you know what I'm saying? Because, well, you get it. But I'm noticing a difference. I think everyone should do this. And I just found out there's another one that we're going to do after this. It's called, it's the Love Dare book for parents. Super excited about this, and we'll try to figure a way and how that works. But, thanks for watching. If anybody's doing this with me, cool beans, man. Let me know how it goes in the comments. Awesome. Take care. See ya. Bye.